And this is day 12. I'm Dr. Stephen AKINTAYO, and we started yesterday, day 11, on hustle. And this is part 2 of hustle. And the conversation is just about sharing about the need to, really, really hustle when it comes to the subject of selling. I have sold over $1 billion worth of real estate. And one of the secret to that is something I want to share in this part 2, which is called neuromarketing. And my first assignment to use the book called Biology, Biology, Biology. I want you to buy that book and read it. And he talks about the war between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Right, Coca-Cola was number one soft drink in the world, and Pepsi kept coming and coming, and they wanted to take over. And Pepsi decided to do a test, a challenge of whether Coke would taste better or Pepsi tastes better. And they got this army of people to test this thing. They got a white cup and labeled it A and B. And to one they poured Coke, to another they poured Pepsi, because nobody knew which was in what. And they asked people to taste and let them know whether cup A tasted better than cup B. At the end of the challenge, it was shown that majority of the people testing said Pepsi tastes better than Coke. And Pepsi did a press conference announcing to the world that going forward, they are telling the world that, hey, everybody says Pepsi tastes better, and that they were ready to take over as the number one beverage company in the world. They then said, yes, Pepsi was going to take over as the number one beverage company in the world. And everybody, yeah, let's go. But years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, Pepsi didn't take over. And a group of scientists had to do research to understand what really happened. Why didn't Pepsi take over? And so they got I think it's just one patient. But they had this, ECG or whatever they call it, that was testing the movement of the brain. And they did the same test, 2 white cups, A and B, without label, and poured Pepsi in one, Coke in one. And that same person said Pepsi tastes better. They then brought the version of Coke with the label, the version of Pepsi with the label, and then asked the same patient to taste and tell them which one tastes better. Guess what? The patient said Coke tastes better than Pepsi, even though he had earlier said Pepsi tasted better without seeing the label. But the advantage this time around, they were able to check what was going on with the brain. And they realized that as soon as the gentleman saw the Coca-Cola logo, right, the emotional part of his brain override the rational part of the brain and made him to say Coke tastes better than Pepsi. Right? And there was the law established. Neuromarketing. What was Coke doing better? Coke had started marketing people to buy Coke since they were babies, right? People were seeing the Coke logo, where they go have food, in all the parks, in all the, game parks, in different places, in their school. Everywhere was Coke logo, Coke adverts all over. And this had a consistency in helping to mentally position the children's mind to consider Coke as the number one company. This is also the reason why you notice the same thing when you do football adverts, right? So a football match is 90 minutes, but the headline sponsor repeats the same advert for you in a space of 90 minutes more than 6 times, sometimes 10 times, right? Why? Neuromarketing. It ultimately established that your ability to keep repeating your marketing effort over and over and over and over again is ultimately what makes people do business with you. There's another data that shows that from between the 5th to 8th contacts of contacting somebody about a product or service, you have 80% conversion, 80% sales. So there is a need to repeat. And I'm saying this to you as a person part of this challenge. I know you call that client once. I know you call the second time. I know you call the third time. But guess what? They only buy from the 5th to the 8th time. And that's what I call pure hustle. Real sales is pure hustle. You have to keep going back and back and back and back and back. One of the approach, however, that I use is called social proof. So I'm not always going back, telling them come and buy, come and buy. I'm going back with social proof. I'm going back with conversation about, today I had a meeting with so special person. Tomorrow we just launched a new estate. Next tomorrow a story about challenges I'm facing in business. Upper tomorrow, anniversary dinner. I'm having conversation about what we're doing, who we are, the momentum, the movement, the challenges, and the cost, but there's still constant interaction. You're still seeing me, we're still conversing, we're still talking, and the more we do it over and over and over and over, hey, of course, it's the Odogo of real estate, right? So I see people who are my colleague in the system, and they keep wondering, why is everybody talking about Steven? But Stevie is all in your face. It's neuromarketing. Every day, I post more than 20 contents. Every day, I post about 4 videos that is almost, 1 hour long, streaming it. So I'm all there. And so you as a salesperson, you have to be there in their face. Don't be tired. Don't be. And I promise you, as soon as you establish who you are, they will beg for you. Now, let me ask you a question. Be honest. I know, this politics, and some of you don't like politics, so you have your preference. But even if you hate Donald Trump, can you be honest with me that you missed him in the last 4 years? It was like the world went through 4 years of no drama, right? Even CNN missed him. I was asking my partner, because we run adverts on CNN. I said, what has happened in the last 4 years? CNN rating has dropped. He said, there was no Trump. There was no drama for CNN to cover. Okay. Now Trump is back. And America begged him to be back by voting him in the unusual way. So, hey guys, neuromarketing works, right? Be in their face again and again. Put your product in their face. Put what you are selling in their face again and again until they do business with you, okay? I love you, and I hope you will practice this. The assignment today, can we drop the book, Biology, in all the groups? There's the audio version, go listen to it. Assignment number 2, pound those groups. Let me share the honest truth with you. I used to send 200,000 emails every week, yes. I used to send sometimes 1 email a day, sometimes 2 emails a day. Some people will block me, they will complain. But you see, people talking about you is a sign that they notice you. And they are more closer to doing business with you than those who are not talking about you. Yes, you heard me right. So, hit them again. Talk to them again. Be in their face again. Promote your product and services in their face again. Show social proof, so that every time it's not just come and buy. Sometimes just show, this is what we're doing. We're in a 30-day challenge. I had dinner with Dr. Steven. We're part of this training. I had a great time learning about selling. Just even, can you tweet about what I shared today and tag me? Okay, we will do that. Let's go. Let's practice what we've learned, okay? I love you, and I look forward to seeing you day 13. Come on, who is getting excited? Let's go. I love you. Dr. Steven AKINTAYO.